Mabuhay everyone, Mark Chess here and welcome to the channel. For all of you who are new here, please don't forget to click the subscribe button down there and of course the notif bell if you want to watch and get to be updated for my latest videos, alright? And today we will be comparing the Jordan 34, the newest Jordan sneaker in terms of basketball performance sneaker from Jordan brand, and I'll be comparing it with the KYRIE 6, and a lot of you have been asking me to do this, so let's go. I wasn't able to record last night for this comparison. I just played last night with these two sneakers, but unfortunately the one taking care of the manager off the court just shut down the lights immediately after we finished, because we finished really late last night and I didn't get to record there in the gym, but here we are in the studio. So before we start, if you want to watch a full performance review of each of these sneakers, I'll be putting up the link here or in the description down below. So let's start off first with the uppers of these two sneakers. So the upper of the Jordan 34 in my colorway features all net upper all throughout the sneaker and some suede material at the back and on the tongue part of the sneaker, while the KYRIE features ballistic mesh, some synthetic all over the sneakers, and a holographic piece at the heel part. So in terms of performance wise, for the upper, for the support, I would say that the upper of the KYRIEs is a little bit more supportive. As you know, KYRIEs have been known to have a very supportive sneaker since day one, since the KYRIE ones. And the Jordan 34, although it's not as far as the KYRIEs, it is still very supportive. You just need to really tighten up the laces, because the laces of the Jordan 34 sometimes loosens up, so you need to retie it and maybe double knot the tie so it won't get loose. But when it's tightened, the support is also awesome on the Jordan 34. But I would give a slight advantage on the support of the KYRIE 6, especially in the forefoot going to the midfoot part of the KYRIE 6 compared to the Jordans, because I really felt my foot being wrapped by the upper and being hugged tightly and pulling down in the footbed when I tightened the laces on the KYRIE 6. So slight advantage on the support, and of course on the heel part of the sneaker. The KYRIE is a high cut sneaker while the Jordan 34 is actually a low top sneaker. I think it's just a matter of preference. If you want a high cut sneaker, of course go with the KYRIEs, and if you want a low cut sneaker, go with the Jordan 34. So if you want that extra ankle support around your ankle, of course around your heel, the KYRIE 6 really has a very nice ankle support, heel containment. And as for heel containment and heel lockdown, I would give it a tie, but more support on the ankle on the KYRIE 6, of course. In terms of comfort on the uppers, here I would also give more advantage to the KYRIE 6, because although it's ballistic mesh in the forefoot going to the midfoot part of the KYRIE 6, and as you know, ballistic mesh is kind of sturdy or rigid. It's a lot softer compared to the Jordan 34's net materials, but there are some colorways of the Jordan 34s which has this transparent fused materials, but I haven't gotten the chance to wear that, so let me know if you have that, if it's also soft. But for the upper of the KYRIE 6, it's a little bit more comfortable for me compared to the Jordan 34. But if you want breathability, go with the Jordan 34s. Another thing that I really love about the KYRIE 6 is the ankle part, or the high top part, because it is really made of very soft materials, and even though it restricts your ankle, it's still very comfortable to wear and very comfortable to play in. And as for the heel cup of the KYRIE 6, a lot of people are worrying about that because of the all-seeing eye at the back. When you're playing with it, the fit and support is really awesome on the KYRIE 6. So don't worry about the all-seeing eye heel cup on the KYRIE 6. You won't notice it that much, especially when you're playing. Just get the right size. If the sneaker really fits you well, you wouldn't mind the weight, especially the plastic heel cup on the KYRIE 6. You wouldn't feel it while you're playing. The Jordan 34, it's the main advantage of the sneaker. If you want minimum upper materials, the Jordan 34 is one of the sneakers to go. It is very lightweight, especially the upper. And now moving on to the cushion setup on both sneakers. The KYRIE 6 features Zoom Turbo in the forefoot area, and a very nice injected Phylon carrying the Zoom Turbo going to the heel part of the sneaker, giving you a very nice impact protection at the same time, very bouncy feel on the forefoot, and you're very low to the ground and having that very responsive feeling. While the Jordan 34, it has a very nice huge zoom unit in the forefoot, and it is unlocked zoom. The Eclipse plate after breaking them in is also very nice. And as for the heel impact protection, it is also good, but I would give the impact protection on the heel part more on the KYRIE 6 compared to the Jordan 34's heel cushioning, because it's a lot thicker, it's a lot softer, or it is not that cage on the KYRIE 6 compared to the Jordan 4, which has a TPU plastic wrapping the heel cushion of the sneaker. I think that kind of restricts the injected Phylon from compressing on the Jordan 34, and also the Eclipse plate plays a role on that, preventing the injected Phylon to really compress. So if you want more heel compression, more heel impact protection, go with the KYRIE 6. But if you want a really bouncy feel, Jordan 34 is the way to go, but you have to break it in. First, it's not too bouncy, or it's a little bit stiff. As you play with it more, you will really feel a very springy, bouncy feel on the Jordan 34s. And also the Eclipse plate, after breaking them in, it really gives the sneaker a very nice heel-to-toe transition. As for the KYRIE 6, right off the box, you can immediately feel the Zoom Turbo's bounciness because the injected Phylon is really soft on the KYRIE 6. So if you want a really low to the ground, because the Jordan 34 is not that low compared to the KYRIE 6, both sneakers are very responsive. But if you want a low to the ground feel with nice bounciness in the forefoot and a very nice impact protection in the heel, go with the KYRIE 6. But if you want maximum bounciness, springiness on the forefoot area, and you don't mind a little impact protection on the heel, go with the Jordan 34. Both cushion setups are excellent. It's just a matter of preference if you want to be really low to the ground or you really want to be very bouncy around the forefoot. And now moving on to the traction of the sneakers. The traction in the Jordan 34s features a wavy herringbone pattern, if that's a term, while the KYRIE 6 features the all-seeing eye pattern. As for the rubber compound, I would give it the same. Outdoor use is okay from time to time, but I wouldn't recommend it for a long period of time playing outdoors, because although the rubber compound is hard, but it's very thin, so it might rip over time depending how you play, or on the temperature of the floor you're playing. Plays a big factor, especially the temperature on the floor, especially here in the Philippines when the cement floor outdoor is under the scorching sun. It kind of heats your rubber and makes it more pliable or softens it. So when you're playing outdoors here in Manila, it can really tear the rubber material on the traction, so watch out for that. If you're overseas or on a more cooler weather, I think you're pretty much safe on that, but here in the tropics, watch out for it. In terms of dust pickup on the Jordan 34 is a lot better. Even though the KYRIEs can pick up dust, it still won't matter on the traction. The KYRIE's traction is really money. Even though it's dusty, even though the traction is a little bit dirty, it still grips very hard on the floor. It squeaks very well like the Jordan 34s. I think both tractions are very nice. And I would say on a clean court, the traction on the KYRIE 6 is a little bit better on the Jordan 34 because on how gnarly the bite is on the traction on the KYRIE 6. And as for the shape of the outsole, is for stability. The Jordan 34 has a more flat surface on the traction compared to the KYRIEs, which are a little bit more rounded, because the KYRIEs are more designed towards shifty players, so you can shift faster, while I think the Jordan 34 is more for an all-around athlete or a player, especially if you want to be more stable. If you want to plant your foot faster for a jump shot, the Jordan 34 is better on that, while if you are a shifty player, if you do crossovers and you want that sidewall traction and also that forefoot traction, of course go with the KYRIE 6. For sizing guys, KYRIEs go true to your size, and also the same with the Jordan 34s. If you're a regular footer, if you're a wide footer, maybe go half a size up. I would say both are not that wide footer friendly, but maybe get a half size bigger and try it in store if you can, because a lot of new Jordan 34 and KYRIE 6 colorway had already came out. better try them in store, especially if you're a wide-footer, to be sure about the fit of the sneakers. Really need to get a very nice fit on the Jordan 34s to really maximize the support of the upper on the Jordan 34s. Another thing I like to touch up, since I was referring about the fit of both sneakers, I really like how the traction and the cushion hugs the foot more on the KYRIEs all throughout your foot compared to the Jordans, which also gives you that feeling, but on certain parts of the sneaker, like on the tip of the forefoot, there is a TPU piece on the toe box area, which gives you extra lateral support. On some certain areas around the midfoot, they don't have that much cupping there around that area, but still very good support. Don't get me wrong on that, but the KYRIEs really hugs your foot with its cushion and traction all throughout the sneakers. That's just a little detail that I observe on both sneakers. If you're a very shifty player, of course, you would really benefit from that from the KYRIE 6. And as for the price point of both sneakers, the KYRIEs is priced at 7,400 pesos, while the Jordan 34s is priced at 8,400 pesos. So that's a $20 difference or 1,000 pesos difference here in Manila. So it really depends on your play style. If you like a high cut sneaker, if you want court feel more and more impact protection, and if you are very shifty, of course go with the KYRIE 6. But if you want a more stable base on the foot and a very minimal upper, and of course it's a low cut sneaker, ventilation wise a lot much better. The Jordan 34 looks a lot cleaner compared to the KYRIE 6. There's some really dope colorways on the KYRIE 6, but the Jordan 34 in terms of design looks very premium, looks very classy, looks very minimal. So that's just my take on that. But I'm really thinking about on Nike IDing or Nike Bayou on the KYRIE 6, because I saw some glow-in-the-dark materials on the KYRIE 6 ID, Nike ID. And I'm still thinking about it if I'll be doing that, but right now I'm loving my Manila pair and also my Jordan 34 white pair. I'm loving both of the sneakers. Both are awesome performers. It's just a matter of preference on your style of play. I hope I helped you guys out once again. This has been Marches. Thank you again for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.